Hello, hello, hello. Today I want to show you all about Timberdoodle's preschool curriculum kit. I'll be showing you all three versions, the basic kit, the complete kit, and the elite. Get to them. I recommend the Timberdoodle curriculum if your child is a hands-on type learner. If you are not quite sure what type of learner you have or just like taking quizzes, I will leave step-by-step instructions to a great free quiz at the end of this video. I first started homeschooling last year in 2019. This year now I have two kids homeschooling. One is in first grade and then one is in TK. To get this, you go to timberdoodle.com. Click on Curriculum Kits, scroll down and you see your different options. If you want to customize something, same thing, Curriculum Kits, click on Custom, and there you have the option to customize a kit. Let's go ahead and start diving into this curriculum. Again, all three of these options are part of the preschool kit, not to be confused with the pre-K kit. It's also worth noting that this is the non-religious version. Here we have the basic option. It comes with 14 different items. First being the handbook, which I just realized I forgot to add. Here's a picture. Inside are suggestions and instructions on how to use each item. I'm going to take you through the sample pages they have listed on their website because they have actually asked certain items not be shared with the public. This is just because they're pretty proud of their handbook and don't want other companies taking sources from their hard work, which is understandable. So the first few pages, is just about like support and the basics of what's inside of it. This handbook is where you're going to find Timberdoodle's infamous scheduler, which tells you how many lessons to do each day, which items to use each day, and where your child needs to be at each week to complete the curriculum in a usual 36 to 39 week school year. These are just samples of it here. When you purchase the kit, you gain automatic online access to the scheduler where you can 100% customize it. Unless you're purchasing this from a charter school, then you'll have to wait for your shipment to come in and your code and whatnot will be on your packaging slip. Another cool source in the handbook is the Reader Challenge. So you pick a challenge from here. So for example, a book about love or a book about the world and so on. Then choose one from their recommendations for that topic, or you can always choose one of your own. This is just here for help. But it just keeps reading time spontaneous and different each time. So it's a cool source. Next up, we have the Feelings flashcards. I'll be honest, I'm not too excited about this one. We have tried it and the cards are more confusing than anything because the pictures look pretty much the same. It says it's a great way for kids to share and learn about all kinds of emotions, but there's so many of them that look like sad. So they're sad, happy, disgusted, delighted, disappointed, and disappointed looks just like sad. So I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with this. Okay, building thinking skills. This has a little bit of everything. There's lots of pointing here, so you're able to get through this book pretty quickly. This one is Guess Who I Am, so lots of critical thinking, and that's something that you'll see throughout the entire Timberdoodle curriculum. They're really big on critical thinking and skill building and building, and you'll see that over and over and over again, just different ways of doing it. So this one's really simple. Find the figure that doesn't belong. I'm going to take you through just a few more pages real quick. Next, we have mathematical reasoning. It's pretty much the same as building thinking skills, just with an emphasis on counting. So I'm just going to quickly run you through or show you a few of these pages without really explaining much. Next up are these ABC foam letters. You get 2 One is lowercase and the other is capitals. We use these just as a fun game in the morning. So while I'm doing dishes or doing laundry, the kids are all playing on the floor with these puzzles. I have the 4-year-old teaching the 1-year-old what letters he knows. And then the first grader teaches the 4-year-old the rest of the letters. So they're all able to pretend like they're being teacher and they love it. One of the cons about these puzzles is just how many teeny tiny pieces are involved with them. So they're very easy to lose. They lose them every single morning. I actually did not find these pieces until right before I was about to record this video. The fun part here are Bananagrams. They're basically like a mini version of Scrabble. Even though this kit is meant for my 4-year-old, my 1-year-old and 6-year-old get in on the fun. With the 1-year-old, I just say, oh, find me all the L's. And since that's the first letter of her name, it's easy. And then the 6-year-old has to sound out the letters that he gets, while the 4-year-old tells me which letters he has.
Crayon rocks. It was really funny. When the 4-year-old saw these, he actually thought that these were real rocks that they turned into crayons. These are supposed to be really good for grip, and they write really easily, and they're pretty vibrant as well. Then we have the big Memo books, 1, 2, and 3. On the farm, cars and things that go, and then at the construction site. So here's on the farm. And then cars and things that go, exact same thing. Finding the characters. Car dealership. Ooh. Oh, a demolition derby. And then at the construction site. Again, same thing.
The day and night game. So the way this works is you have these pictures and there are 4 different levels, and your child just has to make this picture using the blocks. Now we have haiku blocks. Obviously, this is the most fun in the basic kit. The container is really sturdy also. I think that's worth noting. So you get an instruction manual, and this is for the child. So they start off really simple, just stacking basic blocks up to build a tower, and then it gets more difficult as we go on into the book. I haven't even put this into our daily curriculum. He just grabs these during playtime or his free time. So that's something that you can do. I like to have them give them no instructions whatsoever and then just see what they come up with. Toddlers' minds and imaginations are amazing. So I really recommend you do that first before telling him how it's supposed to be done.
Okay, and here is my most favorite thing in this entire kit. Richard Scarry's What Do People Do All Day? You just take your child through this land called Busy Town. It looks too busy. I would have never bought this book if Timberdoodle didn't put it in the kit. But it talks about everything imaginable. This one right here takes you through how mailing a letter works. Mother's work is never. Voyage on a ship. Didn't think that would be in there. There's wood cutting. Fireman to the rescue. This story made me cry because the baby was stuck in the top and he didn't know. He's so young. He didn't even realize that there was a fire. He didn't open the door. When the firemen find him, he's just playing in his room. How seeds grow. And then there's even stuff about coal, how it makes electricity and whatnot.
Now moving on to the complete kit. It has everything that was in the basic with the addition of wooden lacing animals, color fizzers, mad matter, come on cutting books 1 and 2, drawing book, Geo Smart magnets, Science Kit, Bunny Peekaboo, Gakken Workbooks 1, 2, 3, and Farmland Math Bundle with a mat. These kits do get quite a bit pricier with each upgrade, so if you are paying out of pocket, Timberdoodle offers payment plans as well. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's get right into it. So the first one I want to talk about is the Threading Animals Zoo Friends. You get 3 different animals in the kit, and they're wooden, so they're sturdy. Alligator, a lion, and a zebra. I have my kids do this activity in the car, so it entertains them for a little bit when they're getting a bit antsy.
Next we have color fizzers. These were too much fun. You just drop one of the primary color tabs in water and watch it fizzle. Then drop another of a different color to see what new color it makes. We had a blast. Next up is Mad Matter. It's basically Play-Doh that never dries out. It also does not get stuck in the carpet. It vacuums right up, which is big, big plus. There aren't any instructions in the box though. All you get is that brick maker, that orange brick maker there. But the handbook gives you ideas on ways to play with it, and I will also leave a link in the description box for 200 plus Mad Matter ideas. I was only able to find a good source on Pinterest. Here are the Come On, Let's Cut paper books. You get 2 of them in your kit. They're just scissor training. The first pages are extremely simple. It's just short, straight cuts, but it builds encouragement, and then they gradually get more and more difficult as we go on. Here is the Usborne Little Children's Drawing Book. It starts off pretty simple. Right here, you're just drawing more spots on the giraffe. Then simple lines for drawing rain coming out of rain clouds. This page, you're just circling all of the socks. The science kit was pretty cool. The kit only includes the tools needed to do the experiments, as well as some cards with suggested experiments on them. All of the other things, though, are household items, so lemon juice, baking soda, and then the only thing that, for the color fizzers that you saw earlier, those were not included in this kit. That's something that Timberdoodle included on the outside. In here, it tells you to use food coloring, but the fizzers definitely worked a lot better than our food coloring. These are also very hard plastics, so your kid's going to have a hard time destroying these or breaking these. Bunny Boo game. It works pretty much the same as the day and night game, where you get a card and then your child has to match the picture on the card. These Gakken workbooks are so full of color. They're so much fun. They have plenty of stickers for reinforcement and encouragement. That one right there was a little too easy for my 4-year-old, so I ended up giving it to the 1-year-old. It is a little advanced for her though, so we'll probably have to wait about a year. But this is just a really fun workbook. You also get the Farmland Math Mat Bundle. It comes with a double-sided mat, so you get this train side and then flip it over and there's the farm. It also comes with a book, and it's basically just so your child learns to listen and then do.
And then the last thing in this kit are the magnets, which are the most fun. The kids have already destroyed this book because of how many times they have played with it.
Here are just a couple of the things that they've made. And last option is the Elite Kit. It has everything that was in the Complete and the Basic, plus 9 additional items, and they are Quick Sticks, Bedazzled Dough, Plus Plus, Big Book of Things to Spot by Usborne, Little Memo, Zoo Picture Puzzle, again by Usborne, Jungle Picture Puzzle, Create a Story, and my ABC Busy Box, which is no longer available. If you were to order this kit, they do replace it with a different item. Unfortunately, my 4-year-old, for some reason, threw it in the trash. And when I tried to get a replacement, they don't even make it anymore, or it's just sold out everywhere. But moving on. So this is plus plus, and they are basically little puzzle pieces in a variety of different colors, and you just put them together. These are very easy to put together. They're also pretty easy to come apart. They fit in there pretty tightly, but you can't be walking from room to room without having to hold it with two hands. So here is a tiger that they made. Again, I didn't give them any instructions. I just said, here is this plus plus toy, play with it. And this way you just really are able to see all of that creativity and imagination come alive. But this is what comes in it. So you get these sheets. This is the harder level. Here we go. Here's an easier one. So on this side, you see the lines, and or your child just places them on top and then connects them along the way to make these different patterns. This one's a rainbow. Let me speed this up to show you the rest of them. There's a little boy, hot air balloon, bacon eggs, butterfly, and then a bumblebee. And you kind of have to use your imagination. This is more abstract than anything. With these create a story cards, if you've ever played the game Trust Me, I'm Psychic, this is the same concept where you get a few cards and you tell a story based off of those cards and you make it up. This one's definitely a lot easier. The way we've played it is I just have the stack of cards. I put one down and they start making up a story, and then I just randomly pull another one. Another way to play this is you put all of the cards out, which is easier, and then they get to choose which cards they want to tell their made up story. And it's really fun, even for you as an adult. Okay, now the picture puzzle books, you get two of them. A little backstory on this company, Usborne. You've heard me say it a couple times already in this video. Usborne works sort of like doTERRA, where you have to get them through a reseller. So I found out about this brand actually through Timberdoodle last year in my child's kindergarten kit. There was a science book in there, and it was by Usborne. It was Lift the Flap, and it was really awesome. So I looked into them, and I actually ordered a few books through just a random seller that I found. They have like the Seasons book, which is cool, Poppy Tells Time, Planes and a Trains book, but that's for a later video. Let's get into these. So I have the Under the Sea version and the Zoo picture puzzle. On Timberdoodle's website, it shows the Jungle picture puzzle book. If they practice counting as well, because it's find one ape, find two elephants, etc., etc. You can also use a dry erase marker if you want these books to last for a long time, but you want your children to use them kind of as worksheets. Just the dry erase markers work great on these books. I'm going to go through this one quickly. It's the Big Book of Things to Spot, again by Usborne. It's the same thing as the last one where you're just spotting things, except this one has the numbers at the bottom instead of all around the page. Little Memo Game is pretty cute. It's a memorizing game, and you have a few rubber insects inside, and they have great detail, by the way. And the way the game goes is there are these little bugs, and they're trying to get to the garden, and then all of a sudden one of them has to hide. So you would start off with just two characters, and then you would put that yellow cup over one of the animals, and your child has to tell you which one is hiding underneath the yellow cup. And then once that becomes too easy, then you increase it to 3 animals, 5, and so on and so on. The bedazzled dough here, this project is really easy. So it already has these cardboard cutouts right there, and they just put the clay in there, and it is air drying. It takes about a day for it to completely dry, but they just put the clay into each of these little cardboard pictures there. There's the fish, cat, chicken, and then can decorate it with these beads. And that's it. Quick sticks, it's just paint. It's paint in a tube, and the consistency of it is like a stick glue stick. It's also very washable. My children have gotten this in the carpet a few years back, and it came right out, which is a baby wipe. These are good for children who don't like messes on their hands. I know my 4-year-old does not like paint at all. These are the only paints that he is willing to use all the time. Last up is the ABC Busy Box, but as I mentioned before, my child threw this in the trash for some reason. So what the Busy Box were cardboard ABCs, the entire alphabet, and then it already had decorations in the kit for your child to decorate each letter of the alphabet. We have created our own, and it's actually worked out pretty good because we're able to customize it with things that he likes. All right, well, that's all for this video. As promised, here are the instructions on how to access that free quiz to find out what type of learner you have. You're going to go to kidsmet.com, KIDZMET. Scroll to Join Us, Kids Met for Parents. Join now, become a member, and it's just email, password, confirm password, join. And once you do that, you'll be taken to a new screen, but you'll still have this up here. You will scroll over all about me, click on how I learn, and here is the free test. Because it is free, you're not able to exit out and then try to view it again. But when you are done with the quiz, it does give you the option to print out, so you're able to keep that for your records. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It took a lot of work and a lot of time to make this video. Leave a comment on what else or what other videos you'd like to see. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.